All right, welcome. New edition. Here we go. This is the AREX Delta L. Get her opened up so you can see what's inside. Okay, got your manual, which is pretty simple in color. Got it from Palmetto. Okay, on the back here, you have your back straps. I put the medium was already on it, small is there, and then this one's got a beaver tail. Your lock. Behind this, you'll find plates. All the plates you'll ever need. Comes with the screws and the pegs. Comes with 2 mags. Just so everybody knows, this is an RM1F Ross Martin mag. Had to get my own since Palmetto does not ship them when they come with more than 10 rounds. I'm going to clean this up, get to the gun. All right, this is the AREX Delta L for long slide. Got a 4.5-inch barrel. It's Glock 17 size. Takes Ross Martin RM1F mags for this specific one, but the RMSC works with the Delta M and the Delta X. Everything on this is fully ambidextrous for YouTube. We have ourselves a clear gun, clear chamber, absolutely no ammo nearby or anywhere in my workspace. Okay. Very deep serrations, has this like arrow look to it. Really grabs on, pretty nice. These are the plates that come with the gun itself. It's got nice irons. I did run this with the irons by itself to make sure everything was lined up and everything shot straight. Fully ambidextrous gun. You got your slide catch, slide release, right there, and right there. And they both work very well to disengage and engage. Now moving down, you got yourself a trigger. It's a polymer trigger, but a little take up, very forceful. Really kicks your foot out or your finger out. Nice crisp break. Super reset and tactile trigger. Reset. Striker indicator. Goes away when you pull the trigger. Takedown is like a Glock, except a little bit different. You get a little look at that. So you don't need to pull the trigger, but I highly recommend that you do pull the trigger to make sure there's no ammunition in there. Once you do that, pull down on the tab, pull back on the slide just a smidge, and pull up. Different, very, very different, but everything else is very Glock. Trigger mechanism, back there. Full Picatinny rail. I've already put 150 rounds through her, ran great. In here, you have your, you see it right in there. That catch, as you can see, it's right there. That interfaces with that in there. Just as simple to put it back together. Move on back to the back of the gun. Interchangeable back straps. It does change the angle of the pistol itself. All you gotta do is pop this pin off, pull it down and out, and everything comes out. It does have a little bit of a flared mag well around the edge there. Really helps for reloads. And then, one of the favorite things for most people is from this side, for the righties and the wrongies. Everyone was complaining about the magazine catch or mag release, but I have absolutely no issue engaging that. Very nice gun. We got the ADE NUA Pro 2, which has 8 brightness settings, 6 reticles. Thank you, ADE. All right, let's do a breakdown and clean. All right, YouTube, this is not modifying a firearm in any way, shape, or form. Empty mag, empty chamber, nothing in there at all, okay? No ammo nearby. All right, we're doing a filter strip. and we will be doing a deep clean just to get it going and make sure everything's good. As I said, I've already got 150 rounds through it, so we should see some of the wear already. I'm going to do something a little bit different today. First off, if your optic comes with a cover, you should always put a cover on it, just to help protect the lens from any of the debris and everything. Second thing is, I'm actually going to use the provided cleaning kit. Let's see how this works. Comes with 2 rods. That's always good. It looks like it moves around, so that's nice. Board brush, nylon, polymer board brush, and a pull through. Okay, let's get this going. Probably not going to use this. I pushed the whole thing through. Okay, as per before, pull back on that, pull down on the tabs, lift straight up. Put the frame to the side here. Take a recoil spring off. Take the barrel out. Disassembled. As far as we need to anyway. Take a dirtier towel, get everything wiped down. Nope, start seeing the wear right there. Polish feed ramps, that's always nice. See? Kind of dirty already. That's only 150 rounds. I did use some real cheap shit today. Max Tech. 115 grains. Kind of impressed by the way this performed, because usually your European style guns like 124 hotter ammo. Oh, there's actually a lot of debris in there. Clean this out. I didn't have my cleaning out the tracks because I didn't have the preferred lube that I usually put into all my pistols. So one thing to note, look how the tracks don't go all the way back. Kind of different, definitely different. But she ran flawless. Spring's kind of light on this. Kind of nice. Very smooth actually. Okay, do a quick wipe down on. This is not a frame, just so everybody's aware. This is an FCU. As you can tell right there, that's the serial number. It's not on the frame like usual on most pistols. They are modular. This is modular. You can pop these out. Just take that pin off and that pin off, and the whole thing pops out. And you can get a bunch of different colors of frame of the frame itself to go with whatever color scheme you're going after. I personally picked the FDE. I've had a thing for FDE as of late. It's very nice. I think they're very, very nice color, depending on who makes it, of course. All right, now I've got everything wiped down. Let's start with the slide. Okay, this is not a plug. It's just what I use and what I intend to use for a while. My favorite gun lube and protection. Good cleaning agent as well. Lucas, Extreme Duty. Full pistols. Yes, that's the same Lucas as the motor oil. Okay, with that same dirty rag, put lube. Just really get it in there. Getting into the tracks, just so I can get that cleaned out of the stuff that the marksman provided. All right, should be good. Wipe this down. To get something on there. Okay. Now I take the same dirty rag. There. Grab the bore brush. That through. Some of that lube in there. Start breaking it down. See, start to look better. Do that one more time. Okay. Now we'll take the bore brush. I like to run it through 2 ways. One through the back, like that. One through the bottom, like that. Okay. Let's run the dirty one through one more time. But from the cleaner side, right here. Oh yeah. I got quite a bit more off. Yep. Okay. Surprised how much brass is in there. Yep. Still getting more and more out. I double up on towels because I don't think that the pull through ever really works. Like a bore snake, I've never had enough tightness in there to actually get it to work. So that's why I just fold it in half, sometimes in 3, just to make sure there's a lot of pressure in there and I have to really force it through. It really gets into that barrel real nice and clean. All right, let's do a cleaner rag. See if we have any more debris in there. Okay. Cleaner one to try. Hopefully I did a decent enough job. Yep, look at that. A little tip. Get one of these squirt bottles with the needle on the tip for fine application. Okay. Clean up this frame a little bit. Points of contact. You can see that they're all starting to show the stainless steel portion of it. Okay. Now that I've got the majority of this cleaned up, we do one more good wipe down with the kind of cleaner side here of the dirty rag. Make sure I'm not wasting my time. I'll take some of this lube, put it on the cleaner rag. If you guys are watching my videos, you know that I like to over lube because it helps with break-in. It also helps with cleaning because it just wipes right off, and you don't have to worry too much about too much damage. Helps lubricate. Okay, so it's not enough yet. This. It's just to get it lubed up. Nothing more, nothing less. And I got plenty of lube, put it on the front there because the wear goes in there as well, where the barrel meets the slide. All right, now for application of the actual lubrication inside the rail at 3 spots, because you just want to make sure that the rails are completely lubricated. It helps with slide and making sure that things run. That there. Take my barrel, got some lube on here already. Clean it up. Okay, should be pretty good right there. I like to put some lube on the feed ramp. Helps with fast reloads. Not really. That's a joke. Really does help with longevity though. Keeping everything lubed up. I know you shouldn't have to, but I do. I like to take care of my things. I do almost this kind of a clean between every range after every range session. Alright, so now that's done. See a lot of wear and chatter marks right here. So I always put a good amount there. Also same here, right on this front lip, where the slide and the barrel lock up. Here, you can see some marks there already. Put some right here on this channel. Barrel in. Okay. Last but not least, all that grinding you hear comes from the recoil spring. People say you shouldn't do this, but my goodness, does it help. Especially if you have weaker hands and you have a hard time racking. This actually helps. If anyone's wondering, we have 2 levels there. You want to be on that second level. Okay, that's done. That's the slide. Now let's get the frame, or should I say FCU? Right here, the edge, here, the edge, right here. You see all this wear. Everywhere you see wear, you should be applying a minimal amount of lubrication. Okay. This also helps with the trigger bar. I like to get some in the springs. Okay. A little wear there, a little wear there. All right. Now that's done. Let's get this back together. I don't know if you guys heard it when I was racking it earlier, but watch the difference. Okay. Make sure that the guide rod is nice and lubed up. You can see that that one track that I did, because of all that contact, is thoroughly all over the front of the bore or the barrel. Okay. Function check as always. Okay. All right. Now we'll take this rag, wipe the outside real quick. Get a thin layer on the outside. This matters especially if you are going to be storing it. Look at that. It's good as new. Sweet. Now that's done. Take a clean towel, wipe any excess off. I mean, it's all excess, right? How much I over lube. Okay. But as you can see, I got the cleaning done. Nothing came off. All right. That is your breakdown and field strip, so you can do some work on your pistol. Nice. Pause you guys for a quick second. Okay. I wanted to do some trigger pulls to see what kind of trigger pulls I get from this with my gauge. 0. 5.4 pounds. Do another. 5.38 pounds. 5.44 pounds. So 5.5 pound trigger. Very good for EDC. Did some doubles, some Mozambiques with it. Trigger's nice, good enough to get some quick firing on. So there you go. That's what she looks like. AREX Delta L for long slide. Very nice. Fully ambidextrous. Yeah. PSA had these for $269. That's when I snagged it up. That was like a month ago. Washington sucks. Takes about 3 to 4 weeks for anything to pass through. All right. Till next time. Let me know if you have any questions. Thank you for joining.